This report was published yesterday by the Health Committee. The report was published at 12:30 yesterday. Before it was published, your colleague, Deputy Kate O'Connell, was on a radio show basically lambasting the bill, or the report. It's not the first time that she's lambasted the bill. I think it's wholly inappropriate that Deputy O'Connell has gone on radio before the report is published and being severely critical of it. The report itself is shambolic, to say the least. It has missed out all clinical evidence on medicinal cannabis. Yes, I have. But the question is, Tánaiste, what are you going to do about this? Because what's happened at this moment in time, you have shelved the bill that I put forward. You have a situation in Ireland where you have medical refugees from Ireland going off to Holland and
Time's
Spain
up, Deputy.
to
Thank
seek
you.
medical advice and medical treatment. And you and your government have to live with that.
All right. Time is up, Deputy. You have
to look at people.
Deputy, please,
that
you have to get
people
on.
with chronic pain in this country being completely ignored. So, what are you going to do about that?
Thank you, Deputy. Tánaiste.
Well, the first point to make is that there were very serious problems with your bill, Deputy. It had very many unintended consequences, and it was the Health Committee itself that decided it shouldn't proceed to the next stage.
Please, Deputy, let the Tánaiste respond.
We have a Health Committee set up to examine and do pre-legislative scrutiny on bills. When it examined your bill, it found that it wasn't fit for purpose in the sense that there were unintended consequences, both legal and other consequences, including leakage of supply of cannabis to recreational markets and a lack of safeguards against harmful use of cannabis by patients. Now, the use of medicinal cannabis has been taken on board in the sense by the Minister for Health, and as you know, he asked for a report from the expert group, and I do believe we should be led by clinicians when it comes to this issue. And he has made sure he is making sure that there will be a medicinal cannabis access programme.
No, you can't, Deputy Tánaiste. Resume your seat, Deputy. Resume your seat, Deputy. You're being disruptive. Please resume, Deputy. Please resume your seat. Please resume your seat. This is a democratic forum, Deputy. Will you respect the fact and resume your seat? Will you resume your seat? It may well be a flawed document, but this is not the time or place to deal with that matter. Resume your seat. Please resume your seat. Excuse me. Resume your seat. What's your point of order?
You didn't allow it, and then you let several other people do exactly that on other issues.
Hold on. You asked to come in on
the same issue.
When the issue has already been raised and addressed by the Tánaiste. If one indicates in advance when the matter is raised, I have no difficulty coming. You cannot come in after the event. And you've made your point of order, so resume your seat.
Well, I haven't actually counted.
Well, you have.
Because Deputy.
I'm making a point of order. This is
the last day of the dole. And this is the last chance we will have to question what's on the dole schedule. Now, a report has been produced about Gino Kenny's Medicinal Cannabis Bill, where it has been stated that this bill is going to be stopped, even though it was passed democratically last December. That is a subversion of the authority of the dole.
Deputy, would you please resume your seat?
No, the Health Committee has no right. To decide a bill that was passed by this House is not going any further. No.
You won't. The House stands suspended until you resume your seat. Now, perhaps for the benefit of just a second, Deputy, just for the benefit of clarifying the position in relation to the bill that's the subject of some debate. We have the Medicinal Cannabis Bill, We've the all-party Oireachtas Committee has produced a report chaired by an independent, respected independent deputy. That report will form the basis of a motion that will have to come before the House in September. When that motion comes before the House, I would expect that the Business Committee would provide for an opportunity for the matter to be debated. That is the procedure, that is the democratic process in action, in operation. Now, I would appeal to you to respect that process. It's worked in the past, and I don't see why it wouldn't work in relation to the particular issue that you have a concern about. Yes, Deputy Boyd. I've taken Deputy Boyd Barrett first.
For the record, it is not an all-party committee. The party and group that put forward this bill is not represented on that committee. And by the way, I think it is an absolutely outrageous sabotage of this bill for the most spurious of reasons. Absolutely distorting and denying the medical evidence from doctors, from the IMO, from Professor Mike Barnes, from David Finn. All the people are actually expert. Instead, we relied on expert evidence from the pharmaceutical industry. But on the procedure, I'll finish on this, Count Corla. I'll finish on this. But on the procedural thing, the clarification you gave was necessary because the message that went out from the chairperson of the committee and other members of that committee was to the effect that they had a right to stop this bill going to committee stage. They do not have that right. Only the Dáil has that right. In fact, Standing Order 141 suggests that once a bill goes past second stage, notwithstanding the right of the committee to scrutinise it, or indeed to refer it back to the Dáil, that it will go to committee stage. As many other bills that have been substantially changed, including Deputy McLaughlin's bill, substantially changed on the basis of legal advice, it still went to committee. But in this case, there's a sabotage by all of the representatives on that health committee, but we, the people who put the bill forward. Well, who, was it unanimous? Was it unanimous? Was it unanimous, Bernard? Sabotage.
Come here.
That's the point is made.
Yes, you made the point. Will you resume your seat now, please? So the matter will be returned to by way of substantive motion in September on the return of the Dáil.